What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I woke up this morning about a half hour ago, turned on my phone, and yeah, we got the Ironheart trailer ready to go for us. I was honestly expecting the Superman trailer because I know we're supposed to get that today as well, and I was kind of thinking that would drop first and maybe Ironheart later in the day, but I'm not complaining. It's still a show I'm interested in. So quick point of reference before we start this trailer, kind of where I'm at with Ironheart as a whole. I am a little nervous because this was announced back during basically the Chapek era, and it was, during this time where they're just kind of greenlighting projects left and right, kind of quantity over quality, and it's been delayed for like 3 or 4 years at this point. So that does worry me. The Ironheart character herself, like I've read, I think the first issue or two of the comics, so I'm not super familiar with her. I guess like outside of that, and then Wakanda Forever, which I thought she was pretty fun in. But yeah, this show looks like it could go either way for me, just kind of from what I know about it, from what I've heard. Apparently there's teases that like Mephisto could be the main antagonist, which is really cool. So yeah, enough chitter chatter. Let's get this trailer started and see if it can win me over.
Suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor, where you find a gas mask. Good luck. Screw this. I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you in or out? Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable. Something
Important.
iconic. It's a brand new.
I can give you the tools to help you carry out your vision. But anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done. What would you do, Riri?
She's bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot. You know nothing about this man.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
This is so much bigger than that. This is wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
Alright, well, overall, good trailer. I wouldn't say I loved it. Definitely did not like it. Yeah, it was kind of what has kind of intrigued me about this show, more or less. This kind of idea that it looks like it could tie into this whole, like, technology versus magic angle, which I remember years ago, and I think they were, like, even before they started filming this show, there were rumors that was kind of the approach that would take. And I kind of remember thinking to myself, now that's cool. That's something that we haven't really seen before. Just kind of in regards to Marvel and Iron Man technology and just technology in general. And they've just started recently kind of really delving into magic more with like Doctor Strange, Agatha, Wanda, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it just seems like a really fun angle to take with this show. And then obviously for the trailer itself, I did really like the first like 30-40 seconds of this trailer where she's in that elevator and apparently it's like Anthony Ramos is the hood, and he's basically telling her, you got 3 minutes to figure out how to get out of this elevator. Just seems like a really fun scene Just really kind of clever and unique. I'm assuming this would probably be like in the first 10 or 20 minutes of, at least, definitely the first episode of this show. So it just seems like a really cool way to kind of introduce her or reintroduce her, because, you know, Wakanda Forever was a few years ago at this point, and kind of just show her genius levels. I think she's really going to be on par with Iron Man. I don't know if, I mean, I doubt they're going to make her smarter than Iron Man, because, you know, Iron Man, or Tony Stark, was one of the smartest characters in all of Marvel. But she does just look like she has a really fun, you know, personality. Looks like she's definitely a genius protege. I know in the comics, like, she's kind of a protege to Iron Man, which obviously, you know, unless, because the rumors of post-Secret Wars and kind of soft rebooting Marvel, maybe that could happen then, but as of now, kind of looks like she's going to be more or less her own character, which is cool. Doesn't look like it's really going to be one of those situations where it's her necessarily being better than Iron Man, but more so kind of a branch off of Iron Man, which, you know, is a bit of a difference when you consider, you know, kind of more like a Miles Morales than, like, say, even Kate Bishop or Jane Foster Thor or something like that. But yeah, you know, and then Anthony Ramos playing the Hood looks really fun. I've heard rumors that he could end up being Mephisto, which would be an interesting angle. I don't know how well I buy into that, but if this does touch on kind of the more magical angle, for lack of a better term, then, you know, it's not something that I would rule out for sure. But just looks like he's given a really fun performance. It looks like it could be kind of more in vein with Miss Marvel, but hopefully it's going to be a bit more tonally focused, because one of my biggest problems with Miss Marvel was that, like, the first 2 or 3 episodes were pretty solid, and then it just got pretty, it just kind of seemed like it became a whole different show for, like, the next few episodes, and it kind of brought it all together in episode 6. But I'm just hoping Ironheart will be a bit more tonally consistent. But yeah, overall, guys, solid trailer. I don't rank trailers because I think it's kind of dumb, but just to kind of see where I'm at, I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5 as a trailer. So definitely potential, definitely has me a little more interested in this than I was. Not a whole lot, but I was pretty intrigued by this, you could say, to begin with. So, you know, if they really have taken the time to kind of polish this show out, again, the fact that they don't seem to have a lot of faith in this series is a bit worrisome to me. But then again, we thought that about Agatha, we thought that about Andor Season 2, and, you know, a lot of those shows recently have actually been home runs for Disney+. So, yeah, you know, I'm always going to go into things optimistic, positive, hoping it's going to be as good as it can be. But yeah, just let me know in the comments, guys. What do you all think about the Ironheart trailer? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you more optimistic or less optimistic? Whatever you think, just let me know in the comments down below. And as always, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and I will catch you all later. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you liked what you've seen here and you want to see more, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, and check out my other videos in the link in the description down below. And I will see you all later.